I get to versus I have to. And you can even feel the energy change between the two.
Just saying it out loud, right? Just saying have to versus get to. And we use have to a lot.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I have to run to the bank. Oh, I have to take my kids to school. Imagine saying, oh, I get to take my kids to school today. That's a totally different feeling.
Yeah. The whole energy changes.
Yeah.
Everything.
You feel like you're in control, like you're in charge of what's happening to you, not that what's happening to you is in charge of your life. And getting your power back, it definitely propels you towards what you want for your life.
Welcome back to Create Your Fate. I am Life Coach Meg Ellis, here to help you create your best life ever, beginning with your thoughts and your words. And we have another special treat for y'all. My fellow coach, Jasleen Kaur, and my bestie is back once again to talk all the things about word reframe. So we're talking about a big one today.
Yeah.
Tell me why reframing is so, it's just gold. Tell me why.
First of all, thank you for having me here again.
Of course.
The words that we use create the life that we have. You say this all the time. Words are spells. That's why they call it spelling.
That's why they call it spelling. Yep.
See, I remember things that you tell me.
Yeah, that means a lot.
I mean, at the end of the day, what you say is who you become, and a lot of times we've had this discussion before of what we say about ourselves is what we become. You look in the mirror and say, I look terrible. Guess what? You become that, right?
Yeah.
I love myself. I love this body. It can do incredible things. Totally changes how you feel about yourself and what your subconscious actually decides to do. Interestingly, I think we've had this talk where you say things to yourself more positively first thing in the morning and last thing before you go to bed, and watch how that changes you because of the fact that it creates a new subconscious, right? Your subconscious doesn't know.
Yeah, your subconscious does not know what is real and what is not real. And a lot of times I hear people say, oh, it doesn't feel authentic to say things that I don't love my body looking in the mirror. So it feels inauthentic to say it out loud or even think it, right? But tell me why it's important to do it anyway, and what happens if you do it long enough.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It's like, we find the one thing that you do love about your body. Find one thing. And when a patient comes to see me in clinic, and it's one of the things that I do, obviously, with aesthetics, is patients come and, oh, I hate these frown lines. I look terrible. I'm like, well, first, let's look at the one thing that you love about yourself that you do not want me to change, because I don't want to change it. I want that to stay. And that totally changes our appointment. It totally changes how they receive any, comments or, do this, not that kind of a vibe. And they actually start looking for what they love about themselves. And it changes the type of treatment they receive too. And I think when we imagine if we did that for ourselves, what I really love about myself, I love my eyes. I just love my eyes. I love how they're shaped. I love that they're just like my dad's eyes. And I love that my kids have my eyes too. I just love my eyes.
Right.
And then I could just say, I love myself because I love my eyes. Period. Keep moving forward, right?
Right.
Just get in the habit of picking one thing that you love about yourself. And I know that's what we're just, choosing to say just now, but think about all the other things in our life. Going to work, waking up early in the morning.
Yeah. And that's a perfect segue into the reframe that we're going to be talking about today, is this mentality. Because really, even just the picture that you painted with, seeing patients at your med spa, they're obviously coming in to fix something that they don't like.
Yeah.
Right? I don't like my wrinkles. I don't like my nose. I don't like my cheeks, my chin, my lips, whatever it is. Right? You're coming in with this mentality of picking yourself apart. So just shifting that energy into, well, let's make this more positive. What do you like, right? And you can see how the whole outcome completely changes just by simply reframing and shifting your thoughts. So going back into waking up early, going to work, all the things. The reframe that we're talking about today is have to, turning it into get to. I get to versus I have to. And you can even feel the energy change between the two.
Just saying it out loud, right? Just saying have to versus get to. And we use have to a lot.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I have to run to the bank. Oh, I have to take my kids to school. Imagine saying, oh, I get to take my kids to school today. That's a totally different feeling.
Yeah. The whole energy changes.
Yeah.
Everything. I have to wake up early.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, I have to wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
No, I have to wake up. No, you get to wake up early. So talk to me about what is the power shift that you even experience when you shift from have to get to?
You feel like you're in control. Like you're in charge of what's happening to you, not that what's happening to you is in charge of your life, you know? And getting your power back, it definitely propels you towards like what you want for your life, right?
Yeah.
And so once you say the words, I get to, like, oh, I get to go to work every day. I have a job. I get to have a job every day, you know? And that allows me to live in this world. And I understand that there's that, you know, I hear it a lot from people that, oh, it's such a struggle. I get to struggle because one day I'll get to enjoy the benefits of that struggle, you know?
Yeah.
And changing that frame because now you are in control. You're in charge. And you have that power back in your hands rather than the circumstances having that power over you.
Right. And it's something that you can immediately change.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing has to happen.
Nothing.
I don't have to wait for one thing to happen or align or, you know, come into play for me just to switch my mentality. And all of a sudden I can feel and I experience the power shift. I have to do this. It tells me it's out of my control, even though you are the one controlling it.
Yeah.
I'm waking up at 5 a.m. We'll just stick on that example. But I have to do this. This is telling me that somebody else is making your decisions for you, that you have no personal ownership, responsibility, power over your own life. Yeah, that leaves me feeling kind of crappy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Way to ruin the mood, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh. Right? It's like, ew, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But when you immediately, when you say, I get to, or something, if you say that out loud to someone, they'd be like, wait, what?
Wait, you get to wake up at 5 a.m. Yes, I get to take my son to school in the morning. I get to see him off at the bus. I get to spend a few minutes, you know, meditating or stretching or giving myself the space to have a productive day, to have a successful day. It's getting to. I get to wake up at 5:30 every morning. I get to go to bed at 10 p.m. I get to enjoy my car ride with my daughter. I get to go to Pilates every day because some people don't, right? And that's one thing. And the other thing is that the alternative is I would be at home and I'd be not in the best shape of my life and I'd not be living my best life ever, essentially. And so if I get to go to Pilates every day, that literally makes me so excited. When I miss Pilates, I'm sad, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to go to Pilates. I get to go to Pilates. It's a total shift.
And you can even hear the gratitude. And gratitude is literally, I say this all the time, the number one thing that can take you from a negative energetic standpoint to a positive one. It's life-changing. Gratitude. It's like finding something that you can be grateful for. Why the hell would I be grateful for waking up at 5 a.m., you know? Okay, well, can you start to think, start to
think of it. Yeah.
Start to think of, in that direction of, first of all, I get to wake up. Period.
Period.
That's already.
I woke up. That's step one.
Right.
I get to take a deep breath, you know?
Yes. And it's honestly, when you just simplify it, we have to simplify.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Just when you simplify it, I get to wake up. Whew. You know? Wow. Period. Okay, I already have insane gratitude for that. I get to spend another day on this earth and do whatever is for me this day, right?
Experience it, yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now I get to wake up on my own accord, right? Nobody is telling me what to do. Think about the opposite, right? Well, I could have a job that makes me wake up at 3 a.m., you know? But no, I get to pick that I'm waking up at 5 a.m. today.
Yeah.
There's already this personal power and autonomy that comes in when you say, I get to, and now I'm appreciating what I get to do.
Yep.
You know?
It's that gratitude. It really... I mean, if you want to take your life from where you're at and to where you want to be, find even the tiniest bit, right? Like you said, just find anything, you know?
Right.
I get to make coffee for a living. Like, how fun is that?
Yeah.
May not be paying you what you want, but it's something that you get to do.
Right.
And once you start appreciating what you get to do, you get more of what you want to do, which is kind of a fun little segue, you know?
Well, because what you appreciates.
It appreciates.
I love the saying, what you appreciate appreciates. So if I look for reasons of why I want to get up, right? Why this
Yeah.
is working out for me, what I get to do, right? Even I caught myself, and it's always catching yourself, and
Yep.
there's importance to catching yourself, because that alone is consciousness.
It's conscious. Like, you're aware of that thought.
Oh, I'm aware. Ooh,
aware.
I even said it today. After we record this episode, I have to go coach somebody at 4:00, right? And I'm like, oh wait, no, I cut myself. I get to go do something that I absolutely love to do with somebody who I absolutely love doing it with.
Yeah.
And then I get to go home and make dinner. You know, it's like all these things. It's like, wow, I get to do all of that stuff.
Yeah, because you get another day to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with a friend who visited last minute out of town this weekend. And this morning, as they were like packing up and ready to leave, I was like, life is so short. I feel like I just hugged you when you walked through the door.
Yeah.
And you're already walking out. And that just puts into perspective that, like, we really don't have moments. Like, the last time we saw each other was almost a year ago. And, you know, we've been trying so hard to coordinate and she's like, I'm just doing it. I'm just coming into town. And I was like, I get to host her, and I get to see her, and my daughter gets to see her daughter. And it was just a beautiful reunion. And, you know, instead of being in that negative, and I caught myself, I have so many things to do. No. I get to do so many things. I get to enjoy time with friends. I get to involve multiple friends at once. It's just shifting in that gratitude. Guess what I get to do today? I get to sit here and record a podcast with you, you know? And it's a very powerful and fun place to be. Why not make life fun? Why not, you know?
Amen.
I mean, you're here. You might as well enjoy it.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. It's like, how can I enjoy this moment? And even, you know, your friend leaving. Oh, I have to say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to say goodbye. No, it's, I get to say goodbye to you. And then
I get to see you again.
Yeah, and I get to see you again, right?
Yeah.
It's enjoying the moment. It really does allow you to, one, express gratitude, but two, enjoy the moment, right? I get to say goodbye to you. I'm going to savor this moment of love and appreciation I have for you as a friend. And I get to savor, wow, we had such an amazing experience together. And when I stay in the moment, and happiness only exists in the present, then it allows me to truly experience that happiness and then look forward to the next time. You know, without taking away from the present moment, wishing that the next time was already here.
Yeah.
Right? I know that's kind of like
no, absolutely,
dive.
because I know that we have family come in a lot, and so when they were leaving, one of the family members' cousins kept saying, "Oh, I just don't want this to end," and I was like, "You're not even appreciating that we're here.
Right? Be here now.
We're here. You're not gone yet.
Yeah.
You know? You're still here. Let's enjoy it."
Yeah.
And when we say goodbye, we say it with the excitement of, this is going to happen again. This is one of many, you know, and it's exciting, and and then soon enough, we, like, a few months later, we're already planning our next, you know, meetup. And it's the gratitude that allows us to meet up again.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being in that lack. I have to let go. I have to say bye. Well, then I get to do something else. You know, I get to see you again and have another reunion that's super full of love and tears and joy and smiles and giggles and all the things, right?
Yeah.
We get to do that again.
Yeah.
And that's super powerful.
And super special, and allowing things to be special, too. And allowing things to, simply just allowing, right? I get to do all these things. It's this deep appreciation, this gratitude, this being present, which is happiness. And you have to catch yourself, right? So with reframes, especially if you speak these magic spells out into the universe, you have to catch yourself. If I say, oh, I have to go to the gym, if I said that out loud, to match the energy, I have to say, no, I get to go to the gym. And really making the commitment to experience and allowing yourself to experience that shift and the feelings that come with that shift of, okay, oh, I have to go to the gym. I get to go to the gym. Okay, I'm allowing myself to experience that change of emotions. So now I'm going to go into it and have a better experience when I do get there, because I get to be here.
Yeah, it's forgiving yourself. I think that was a big part of, you know, changing your thoughts, is like, when you catch yourself and you forgive it, like you have to forgive, because it's that automatic, and we're so used to doing that, and if you don't forgive it, it's gonna keep coming back, right?
Right. Forgive it to let it go.
To let it go, yeah. And that's a big part of the change and the shift in words. And obviously this is done with like lots of different words that we use, but the have to get to. It's really big in our society because there's so many things on our agenda. We're like the busiest country ever. Like every single person is the busiest person on this planet. Like you can call any one of your friends and they're gonna be like, I'm so busy, I have so many things to do.
Right. When was
like,
the last time you were like, oh, I'm not busy?
I know, I'm bored, right?
Yes.
I would like to get to be bored.
I get to be bored.
I get to be bored.
Say that to your kids.
I know.
You get to be bored right now.
I'm so bored. You get to be bored.
You get to be bored.
Yeah. Wait till you're an adult. No.
You'll want to be bored.
You'll want to be bored because I would love to be bored every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
It's that freedom to be creative and like experience and all that. So, but it's changing that, shifting from what you've said to what you want to say. However, there's that process in between, like you were saying.
Yeah. Right. You're going to catch yourself. And even just catching yourself it's waking up in your own life like, oh, wait, no, I'm not going to say this. I'm going to say this instead. And that's a choice, right? So now I am bringing a choice into my life. I'm choosing to say it this way. That is a power move because now I'm giving myself an additional choice, right? So now I'm conscious, but I'm also giving myself a choice here. And that alone is going to make me feel more powerful. So if I want to say it, and I'll take this challenge myself, is catching yourself and saying, no, I get to. And just try to do it for one day.
Yeah.
Just commit to do it. That's a better, more powerful word. Just commit to doing it for one day.
That's all it takes is one day, one moment, one change of thought to change your life. And it sounds so, out there to say that, but it really is. It's being conscious, not being in that. And as you were speaking, I thought of your first episode about being a zombie, right?
Yeah.
And how do you get out of that zombie mode? This is it. This is the trick.
Right.
It's to catch yourself, forgive yourself, and then find a new thought to replace it, and find a new way to say it. I get to. I have the opportunity to, and changing the frame of mind, because it's going to elevate your vibration, how you feel, and then it elevates your life, right? It just all kind of falls into place.
Yeah, and it allows you to experience the happiness,
right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, if I have to do something that I feel like I'm not going to be very happy while I do it.
Yeah.
And going back to your point of what's the point? Don't you want to be happy?
You're already here. You might as well enjoy it, right?
Right. I'm already here. I might as well allow myself to be happy.
Yeah. To have a good time and enjoy the experience. As a parent, I think the hardest thing is that we have to change diapers. And there's a lot of things we have to do that we're like, I don't want to get to do that, right?
Yeah.
But it's if you reframe and you find that one small piece of gratitude that, I get to raise a child. I get to be the person that they come to. I get to be, have that intimate relationship with that person that, your child and you have a very special bond, and you get to experience that. Those are things that you can, fall back on, because it is very difficult sometimes in our life to say, oh, I get to go to work. I don't like this job, but I get to go. But it's like I get to experience a job that doesn't fulfill me so that I may find what does, Right. It's tough.
Or I have to go to this job that I don't like, but I get to provide myself security and income and my family, just even finding the little things that, even if it's not this all-encompassing fulfillment thing, it's, hey, it's lighting up an idea that maybe I want to do something else.
Yeah.
What is it? And then, but at the same time, appreciating it while you're in it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, too, we say have to help other people feel better. Hey, can you come to my birthday party? No, I have to go to this person's birthday party. Right? Like, it's like, oh, I have to. So you're depriving yourself of joy. No, you're looking forward to going to this other person's birthday party, but we're saying, oh, no, I can't. I have to do this instead to not make you feel bad.
Yeah. It's coming up with an excuse, right? Rather than having ownership of what you're going to do.
Right.
It's like, no, I'm going here. Like, literally, no, I have to, or no, I'm going there.
Yeah.
You know? That's
Right.
hard to say.
It is. Right, because I don't want to make you feel bad. I don't want you
Yeah.
to think that, you're not important to me. Also, I'm assuming all of these things.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what you actually feel.
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, cool, you've already committed to something.
That's okay. Yeah.
So even saying, oh, I've committed to this,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a better way to say, oh, versus, oh, I have to.
Yeah.
Well, no one's dragging you to this other birthday party.
It's a party. Parties are fun, right?
Right. I've committed to this because I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's interesting that, we worry so much about other people's feelings, but we forget our own. And this is all about feeling, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel when you say I have to versus I get to? And you started with that, and it's like you feel so much better when you say I get to.
Yeah. I get to.
And all of those feelings are like what change your life, right? Because even envisioning your best life ever, it's a feeling. It's not really a thing. It's not just riches and beauty and all the things. It's actually how you feel.
Right.
So when you change how you feel, you change your life.
Right. And it's just this decision again. I'm going to choose to feel happy and grateful and present.
Yeah.
Right. And all of a sudden, all these things that you think that you want actually don't really matter.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, it's again, bringing happiness into the now and allowing yourself to be happier, even just with your words. So this is a great reframe, a great one. It can change your life. So if you are listening, if you are watching, see how it goes. Catch yourself from saying have to get to, and allow yourself to experience that feeling in the aftermath of the ownership and that power,
Yeah.
So.
It really is.
Well, thank you for coming on the show again.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
loving having you on all these episodes.
This is so much fun. I love being here.
Yeah.
It just feels like such a natural part of, who I am, and it feels really natural talking to you.
Yeah.
And I think that we have, like I said earlier, we have so many good conversations off the mic.
I know. We could do this. We get to do a podcast on this. Yeah, I feel like half of our Marco Polo conversations could be podcast episodes. So stay tuned for more episodes. Well, thank you again just for one more time for coming on the show. It's always great to talk to you, just friend to friend and also coach to coach. So tell us how your Phoenix 8 coaching journey has been going, and where can people find you to coach?
The best way to find me is on the website, and I really enjoy coaching one-to-one. I've said this before. I really enjoy that intimate one-on-one conversation and giving people the space to find their best life ever as well. I get to live mine, so I want to allow others to live theirs too.
All of the information to coach with myself or Jasleen is on letscreateyourfate.com. It is tagged in the show notes. Subscribe to this episode if you loved it. Share it with a friend too. So no longer that have to, it's taking ownership of your life. You get to do this. You get to listen to this podcast. You get to sit in the traffic while you listen to this podcast. And you all know how I feel about traffic. So just reframing everything to take ownership of your life, to express gratitude, to appreciate every moment, and to find happiness in the present. So that's all we got for you today. But if we could leave you with just one thing, it will be this. Expect good things always, and they will happen.